Considering one of the things I'm doing right now is carving runes into this.
Runes. We are playing a role-playing game called Cursed. It is a not yet released role-playing game by Dark Eyes Publishing, written by Bill Bunkum and all that fun stuff. Just in case you were wondering, just to go into it, we are sponsored by Patreon members. Go to our patreon.com/DreadLore. Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, Nostalgic, Natalia Cline, thank you very much. Couchfire Media brings production. Twilight Blade Productions brings everything else.
Brings something.
All lowercase letters, Mr. Interrupt. They do the taxes, the music, and Bill Bunkum, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, Daniel Hulker, Drizzle, and Ken Howl are the cast for tonight's Cursed episode. And because this is probably one of the first times this has ever been play tested,
definitely
we're gonna argue about it.
Oh yeah, be awesome.
Heavy on the rule. I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. Raw. All right,
be awesome.
go.
All right, as you guys find yourselves in this spiral maze, made of these gargantuan stones, you're in this altar room, sort of having cornered a tall Gandalf-y type of character who's eating these dried flowers and random things off the altar, murmuring to himself as he will look up at you. You've been told about this guy, murmuring dark whispers, and you guys have come to this town of Cachette in Azraelia looking for loot. Each of you knows there's somewhere around here the ruins of an ancient hideaway or a dungeon of some sort, and you each have your sort of secret. One, you each have your secrets, which you've developed, but two, you have your sort of secret motivation, something you're looking for that you hope might be in that dungeon. As it turns out, one of your party members, Nee, produced a map, and it actually shows the rough location of the dungeon, but it's a little treacherous, and you really don't know what you're getting into. Supposedly, this old man, this elder of sorts, might know something about it, as Zero found out from the tavern owner that several adventurers have come down to this place where you guys are to ask this old man about what he knows about this treasure trove. Some people haven't come back, so whatever that means. He looks up at you munching on the flowers. If you guys have told him not to eat the flowers, maybe they're not good for you. They're quite good. They're quite good. Quite good. Oh, the spirits speak to me. As he kind of looks up, one of your party members, Ambrosia, who's a mage, was talking about there might be supernatural influence over this place. I see that he'll kind of look at you with milky eyes. You all are looking for treasure, like so many others, so many others, so many others.
My action will be role playing.
Okay.
Our friend here has a map, and it shows that down a little bit and across is a bridge across the river, and
yes, a bridge.
There may be some. That's where the ruins are. Is that correct? And as I'm doing this, I'm trying to wipe off the bird poop, but it's just spreading.
Smearing everywhere. You don't need to bid to do this, you can bid on roleplay to do indirect things and specifically social type stuff. But this man is pretty free with his information. But you notice he speaks cryptically. Oh, yes. Folk have been disappearing in those old hills. Yes, yes, yes. And the shadowy figure, the shadow man, has been wandering through here with his relics and sayings. Yes, 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 as he kind of points at the map. That's the way. That's the way.
Is the Shadow Man a regular person, or is he more supernaturally imbibed?
With his milky eyes, he just kind of looks at you. For that, you can bid to interpret what he's saying. Bidding a trait for anyone who's listening.
Can I bid? I'm going to bid planner because I'm trying to plan for our interaction.
Yeah. As you bid planner, do you say anything in specific to him to direct it, or you just
in case we run into him, I want to know what we're.
Yes, the Shadow Man. Yes, he's a foreigner, an outsider of sorts. I don't know how he came about this knowledge. Vinar is his name. He is a man of relics and superstitions. Never come down here. Never, ever come down here. He wouldn't. For the ghosts. He kind of looks around. As he says that, Ambrosia, the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end as you feel like maybe brushes by of some unseen poltergeist. Yes, Vinar is hunting relics. There's many, many, many lost things in the dungeon. He actually doesn't call it the dungeon. He calls it the secret dungeon in the sepulchre of Thrall.
And actually, like anybody might notice that when he says the word Thrall, Ambrosia kind of shifts a little bit on her feet.
What are your guys' actions?
I'm out of my league. I'm going to do nada.
Yep. Current curse level is 0, by the way.
Oh.
As you do nada, kind of sitting there, 0. You feel the winds of arcane energy all around. It's like you're in a wind tunnel. It's not affecting you, but you can tell that whoever this fellow is, he's not all he seems. He doesn't seem necessarily dark or anything, but you can tell that he's somehow divinely connected, perhaps. And maybe even outside you hear like the storm begin. It's not violent, but it's like actually rain kind of coming down. You guys are sheltered from it in this altar room.
I think we can. I'd like to resolve and say, like, I think we can rest here for a minute, but I think we move forward. I want to meet this Vinar, the superstitious.
I like that, Vinar the superstitious. Okay, if you haven't taken an action, do so.
I am going to. Oh,
you go ahead.
I am going to actually sit back and try to regain my map trait.
Okay. So you sit back, which means curse goes up by 1, and roll your animus.
It's a D4,
so roll that.
Right?
It's whatever. It's how many ever die you have and your die type. So it should start at a D4, and if you put 1 in there, then you get 1.
So would it go up to a D6?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You can, when you advance, you can increase the die tap and or the die pool.
So
go ahead and roll a d4.
I have 1 in my animus. So does that mean I get 2 d4?
Nope, 1 die, and it's a d4.
Okay.
So you're looking for successes?
That is a total of 5.
So you rolled a 4?
I rolled a 4.
So that means you get 1 success plus 1 success. So you can regain 2 things.
Okay.
As you see Nee kind of sit back, maybe sit on his heels up against the thingamajig. Are you going to resolve?
No.
Okay. Ooh, rolled a 1. As the storm starts picking up, 0, you hear the wind, buffeting against the rocks. It's not going to do anything against rocks, but you can tell it's raining, like fairly heavy outside. It's about 3 p.m.
Hey, everybody. I think it's raining outside.
Ambrosia.
So I'm gonna do nada, but to resolve, I am going to say that as the storm picks up, like the electricity in the air, actually starts like making her hair like stand up, and she just kind of looks like crazy right now.
Yeah, as your hair is just full of static. Pretty much anyone you touch, you static shock them. And anyone who gets near you, like stuff just is clinging to her. Like all the flour and the pollen is like stuck to her and in her hair and shit. And she looks like Bellatrix Lestrange right now. And, in the future, if the curse level gets high enough, she's a lightning rod. All right. As this old man, this elder, he says, "Yes, well, the storms are fickle in these regions. But I wouldn't go during the night to this sepulcher. I wouldn't go there in the Howling Hollow at night. There are many ahead of you. You should know. Several adventuring groups have gone in the last few weeks. Who knows what still lies in that treasure hoard?" There's like a twinkle in his eye.
Have you seen any come back?
Yes. Yes. A few, though they don't come to talk to me once they've gotten the knowledge. A few have come back, paid their respects as he motions towards the altar. All who wonder are not lost, or not all who wonder are lost.
Is it nighttime right now?
3 o'clock.
It's around 3.
Oh, well,
You have a
better
good 6-7
move.
hours.
Yes, let's move. I'm gonna bid take charge and point
Okay.
my sword into the direction. You've got the map, and I've got the steel.
As you take charge, what do you bid to do this?
I'm gonna bid the only trait I've written down so far, the strength of wolves, and I'm gonna howl. Howl!
All right, as you guys howl, thunderclap, lightning strike outside, as it just for a moment, your vision sort of like stammers with the light, and the old man is gone. As the crows caw. If you go outside, you see him running away like
He's just behind
dive
the bush.
dive behind a bush. Don't see me. You see his pointy hat.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Like a good wizard.
It was like a raccoon. He high fives. Okay. As you all move along the map, you get soaked. Granted, you're adventurers, so surely you have the trappings and whatnot to weather a bit of the storm. But you're soaked. You get your leathers. Do you guys have ponchos or anything, or you just rolling bareback in the storm?
I've got hooded cloak.
I have heavy armor.
Can I have a cloak?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I have a cloak.
I also have a hooded cloak.
0.
I have armor.
But just like ding 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 ding. The range just going everywhere.
It's probably makes a lot of noise, and it's it'll dry out sometime. I've avoided.
You're rather cold.
I've avoided trench foot in the past. I mean, I've been in this stuff for a while. It's covered on the I've got leathers on the inside. I'm warm.
You're funky. You're funky.
I definitely have some funk.
As you go through, you guys find the rickety bridge. It sort of sways there. The rain is coming straight down. Visibility is not too bad. The wind is not too hot or high. You guys are at curse 0, so it's just a little bit inconvenient. As you get to the bridge, you see across it, below the raging river, now definitely raging. Bridge is about 50 foot across, wooden. It sways a little bit. It's a rope bridge. It's very thick ropes, but all the planks are there, but it's a little intimidating. Beyond the bridge, you see the forest kind of open up. There's not a clear path, but you can tell the path, and especially with the map, it's pretty easy. So, we'll say that to get across this bridge, we're going to give you guys a roll. We'll call it Corpus, as this is a physical act. So everybody roll that. Consequently, there's an adverb that I want to use here. You could take charge and bid something if you want. All you need is 1 success. Threshold is 0.
What's the number for a success?
4 to 7 is 1 success. 8 and up is 2 successes.
But we're rolling D4s, right?
Yeah, unless you raised your die type.
What? Well, I have a 4 as a corpus, so it doesn't mean I roll 4 D4s.
Yes.
No. So, did you put everything in the corpus?
Everything but 1.
Oh, yeah, then you have 4d4. Yeah, Drizzle's right. Yeah, so your aspects have 2 stats. Mm-hmm. It's what is the die type and how many dice you roll.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have to know that. Starts at D4. You can raise it through your starting choices or through advancement.
Can I raise it?
Your die pool is 0.
Yeah.
And so you raise it. No, you've spent 4 and you're 5th. So
okay.
I got 2 successes.
Well, I have 1.
Did you roll 44?
Yeah.
You got 1? That's all you needed. All right.
Yeah.
As everybody rolled and got at least a success, as you all make it across the bridge. Oh, you didn't? What'd you get?
I got no successes.
Awesome. As you guys all make it across the bridge, you note about halfway, Scrag sitting there as Scrag, one of the planks busted up and your leg is stuck to the knee as the bridge kind of and you can't get your knee out. Actions on you all.
Guys, I'm a little stuck over here.
Oh, that's okay, buddy. I will bid role playing. All you have to do is lift your leg up and make it across.
So
come on over to this side.
So since I failed, I need to bit of
All
trait.
right, hold on. Let me roll this resolve really fast.
And I'm gonna resolve to sit there and look at him.
Actually, you know what? That works perfectly fine. It's just sort of a vapid. Come on, buddy. Get an XP for that. It's fine.
Okay. So I will do. My action will be take charge.
Okay.
And I will bid agile
Nice.
to pull my leg out. As I'm pulling it out, though, some of the wood shards, like, I get little wood splinters in my
Roll
leg from it.
corpus. You need 1 success to not take damage. Good resolution, by the way. Actions on you other two. You need to take actions.
I did get
Of some sort.
a success. So
Good. As it's just little splinters and stuff, and it sort of ripped up your leathers a little.
So my action is gonna be do nada, but somehow I'm close enough to when some of those splinters go flying that actually one of the splinters pokes a hole through my cloak, and now like part of my inside is getting wet.
Yeah, I love that. As somehow your cloak got ripped, and so you have that annoying cold on your arm. I love that. Curse is at 0, by the way, because of that. Knee, what's your action?
I will roleplay,
Hit it.
and I will shout to Scrag. I see you are a fellow strider.
yeah, you knew this before.
You can get over this bridge. I pull out a mirror.
You're saying I should take this in stride?
Yes.
What are you
Yes.
doing with this mirror, dude?
In a language I no longer speak, that is an interesting play on words.
What are you doing with this mirror? Oh, you're like, you just whip it out.
Trying to show him, look in this mirror. Look behind you.
In fact, you see as with the role play, you see yourself, Scrag. You look like shit, but you look cool though. You look like like if you went to a Ren fair, people would be like, "Holy shit, how much did that cost?" You look good, but you're like covered in
Bird shit.
smeared shit and brown and cuts, all these splitters everywhere. As you guys move along, all right, and there was no resolution, so role play. Yeah, role play does not gain curse, but there's no resolution. Rolled a 6, so nothing, no curse happens. You follow the map as you find yourselves walking this windy path to the sepulcher of Thrall. The entrance is hidden, but with Nee's map and with some of the knowledge that Scrag got from the old man, the codger, it's pretty easy for you all to figure it out. We'll say that leading the charge is 0, since he had taken charge with getting you guys here. So you're up front 0. You see Scrag and your 2 rogues, Scrag and Nee, looking over the map in their hoods and sort of point as you look over and see this hidden craggy hill just within the Howling Holler. The holler is, that place between 2 mountains. The road, there is no road. It's just a goat path that you're following. The rain coming down, it's slippery as hell, but you're able to maintain. you see all these brambles, like gnarl brambles, like in Sleeping Beauty style, like big thorns just covering this side of this mountain. And as you go through the goat path, they're snagging at your cloaks, unless you don't have one, like Zero. As you all point, you see where the entrance should be. It's within the brambles, though. You'd have to maybe trance through a bunch of these brambles, like 5-10 feet. You see maybe there's an inlet, perhaps there's a cave there or something, but to the naked eye or the untrained eye, there's no way you would ever see this. Actions on you guys. Lightning.
I'm gonna
way over high.
Take charge and unsheath my sword and hack through the brambles towards
okay, so you
the direction.
take the action of take charge, and then you bid a trait.
I'm gonna bid force of will.
Yeah, describe it.
Well, just like any knight in shining armor, you almost get a glimpse of the knight that he might have once was. He looks near noble until he starts hacking away, and you realize that at one point that was probably people's heads, and that's where he's gotten this skill of getting through things like a tank.
I love it. As you see the savagery in this noble knight, maybe this fallen knight, as you hack through. How are you resolving this curse?
Well, I feel like I can get through, so I'm gonna just it's like a force will. It's like I have these are just brambles, and I'm not afraid of brambles. I got leathers on underneath my armor.
As you hack and slash through,
it's not cutting me.
I'll resolve the roll. I rolled the curse, and it did hit. So as you go through, you get to well, that's what happens when you don't resolve it. Through what?
No, it's fine. That's what this is what happens.
As you get through the brambles, like you said, it doesn't hurt you because you have on literally armor and leathers and all these things. However, what you don't see is as you slam this last stroke into rock, dong, and you see a little piece of the sword chip. Sword still works. It's not going to break or anything, not yet, but has a little chip in it, so you can mark like the sword is chipped. As you've hacked off all these brambles and cleared out a pretty good path in front of you, this cave. The question might enter your mind or anyone else's mind who's watching. Did no one else find this? Because these brambles would have taken a little while to grow, surely. Regardless, the maw of the cave, and beneath that, or within that, you see this slightly winding, slightly serpentine, hewn out or burrowed out hallway. And at the back of it, it's very dark. You just barely see maybe sconces on the walls from some of the light. Looks like maybe there's a door or something. It's extremely dark in there.
I am going to take charge as well. I'm going to bid my trait Sneaky to see if there are any traps through here, and start to advance and be like, be careful, there could be traps. And upon doing so, or well, while this is going on, we're still at this will put us at 2 curse level.
Yep, correct. You are at level 1 right now.
Okay, so the wind picks up and makes a high pitched, which as we're talking, we have to be a little bit louder to go over.
Nice. Yeah, you have to be louder as your voices sort of carry a little bit in this windy tunnel. As you search for traps, and in fact, you will find one. Roll a d20. We'll say, yeah, roll a d20.
3.
Oh, God. Oh,
Cursed
no.
door.
That's hilarious.
Is it
I'm not
bird
gonna do
poop?
that. I'm not gonna do that one to you. No, it's just it's one that I hit Ken with a while back, and we're not gonna deal with that.
Oh
trap.
yeah, that was evil. That was evil. That was terrible.
We're just gonna go away from that. It's such a good one, but we're not gonna
It's
do
a
that.
great one.
We're gonna use the other chart. I want to actually get past this trap. Okay.
It'll shut everything down.
It'll shut
We'll be
everything
done.
down.
You'll be done.
All right, you do find a trap, Scrag, and have no fear. I will hit you with that trap at some point, just not today.
Oh my god.
And you'll probably figure it out. It's fine. As you see that some of the plates, some of the tiles on the ground move, some don't, some do. But being a rogue type character, and what did you bid?
Sneaky.
Bidding sneaky, you can sort of navigate them, but it's mostly based on like a hunch, right?
Yep.
And so people that follow you, it's very difficult to tell them how to follow you. You can get to the door. You see there's 2 sconces. One has a torch on it. The other one, the torch has been removed, and you see flint and steel markings as people have been through here. Maybe even looking back, wondering where'd the brambles come from. Right? There's this constant question. The door looks like it moves in. You see where it's sort of scraped a little bit. The hinges are so that you can't address them, and it does seem like there's a trap of some sort. So roll your mens, and we'll see if you can undo this trap or negate it.
That is only 1 success. Oh, well, that is 1 success. My lock picking skill would not help with that, right?
No, sure it would.
Okay, so then that makes it 3 successes.
So, in Cursed, it's meet it, beat it. So if the threshold, there's no limbo. If the threshold's 1 and you get 1, you beat it.
Right.
Okay. Threshold on this is 2. You get 3, so you beat it. As you see, this is an exploding glitter bomb. It is a burst of alchemical glitter that, at least temporarily, blinds and scorches the skin. So it can cause a fire, but it's more scaring away type thing.
Right.
But it can blind you. As you see, like, in the walls and such, these charges of glitter bombs. Holker, roll me a d4. And Andrea, roll me a d4. So there's 8 of them. These little nut sacks of alchemical glitter bomb.
Oh, be careful, guys. I've seemed to have disarmed the trap, but there's explosive glitter in here. You'll look like you've just gone to one of those gentlemen clubs.
You'd be so soft, though.
Even with the burning afterwards.
Jesus Christ. All right, what are you guys doing? Action's on you two.
I am gonna do Nada again.
Good. That lowers that curse from 2 to 1.
But as a Ambrosia gets because she's kind of standing near it a little bit. We'll say I don't know, one of the glitter bombs actually becomes dislodged and falls on her.
As it bursts in the front, it's gold. As it I don't know, it smells like gold, but it is actually gold flakes that pops up and stains whatever it touches. So roll Corpus to see if it gets on you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, as it does, so it stains it. We'll say your boots and kind of up your leg a little bit, and it's reflective, very reflective. You see it sort of sizzle. Thankfully, it didn't get on your skin, as gold doesn't patina, but as it hardens, that corrosive effect kind of stops. What about Zero and Knee? What actions do you take?
I'm gonna look
I am going to role play and use my ability, Hunch or Knack, to try and discern if there might be a way to walk around and not trigger the trap.
Okay. What do you bid? You actually don't have to bid. You don't have to bid. You can roll if you want. It'd be men's.
Okay.
Sorry, I got in a DreadLore mindset there for a second.
Mm.
That was no successes.
As you look around, you can tell the best case scenario is likely following your rogue friend Scrag. As you do role play, you open it up to actually talk to him and everyone else, and you do get that XP. Also, remember to resolve unless you want me to roll.
Roll.
Okay, role play. I will see you in Raise. If you're taking the action to role play, you got to role play.
Yeah.
Unless you're taking charge, which would be just finding out.
He will attempt to tiptoe and follow the same path as a Skag.
Okay, so if you're role playing, you got to do it with them.
Skag. This is path.
Be careful, not there. Take a step to the right.
Oh, okay. Here's my mirror again. Maybe that helps.
You're just shining it in my eyes. That's bright.
What light? We're in a cave. How much light is there?
That's light from outside.
As
Maybe
you know,
that's a good thing.
it's sort of Aziz light situation. The mirror actually does provide a little bit of light. It is extremely dark in here.
Yeah.
As you get that XP, and we'll roll, nothing happens. Okay.
I too will role play. Having seen you guys, it's really dark in there, but it's
echoing.
It's Ambrosia. It seems like you got a little glow about you. How did you get in there again? I forget. And yeah.
Just follow after me.
Oh, you're the one that I was supposed to be looking at. I could do that. Do I follow Scrag as well? Oh, you're Scrag. Knee.
Yeah. Follow me and you should be okay.
Is it this? Is it? Do I have to step exactly where you stepped? If I step over one, would that hurt me?
It should be disarmed, but you could
No,
still set off the charges.
My arms are right here. I've got this arm and this arm. Just tell me how. I'm gonna just go directly towards you, and can I bid?
You're role playing, so you can bid, but it doesn't directly affect the situation.
Okay, then I won't bid. Then I'm just going to.
You walk directly as you set off the traps. As Scrag, you might question if your noble knight has been hit in the head. Okay, noble knight, roll corpus.
Yeah.
Scrag, roll corpus. Knee, roll the corpus as 0 sets off all the traps.
I thought I
Not all
disarmed
8.
it, though.
Oh, you disarmed the one next to you. That's a good point. So you've gotten yours.
Okay.
Well, if I'm
disarmed
setting up all
all
the
8 of them. I
traps,
disarmed.
wouldn't all the traps hit me because I'm just walking through?
No, it's as you walk through.
Yeah. Well, so I am alone. As I walk through, they're all hitting me.
Right, but they're in there as well.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Ambrosia's just on the outside. She accidentally set off 1.
Mm-hmm.
You're aggroing all the traps, save for the one at the door, and then I'm saying that Knee is in the hallway too.
And then I'm gonna resolve by taking the blunt of those. I guess. Can I do that?
Sure. All right. Yeah, it's an inconvenience, but you take it all. All right. Roll corpus.
I did. I got 3.
You got 3 successes. All right. So you take 7 damage.
Okay.
How you feeling, buddy?
Dead.
Does that go through your moments?
No. I still have some moments left.
Oh. How many moments you got?
2.
Yeah. So you take 7. You rolled 3. So there's 4. So you just take 4. So you have 2. As anywhere that this stuff.
I have 9 moments.
Yeah, it's because you're tough.
Yeah.
Anywhere that this gold stuff touches, it just burns your skin and dyes it gold. As you're now almost entirely, your armor is glistening in gold, and like taking off a band-aid, taking off this armor will be very, very painful, likely, as you're kind of like encased in it.
Why would I do that?
Yeah. All right.
I'll resolve to wear the armor.
Right. You've already resolved. Scrag, you're at the door. You have achieved what you've achieved, and you've unlocked the door as well. Okay. It's very dark, save for you can see just the contour of this goldenrod looking knight behind you.
Can I spend a narrative point that I light up the hallway a little bit?
There are no narrative points.
Okay. It's fine.
No, you're going into darkness, dog.
I'm going to do nada.
Yep.
And in doing so, like, I go to grab. Well, I can't. All of this explosion, the things have gone off, has caused some smoke to filter into the cave.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you guys are inhaling gold.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of coughing and wrapping your mouths, hacking and such. As you let yourself kind of go winds of fate, as you maybe even like slump against the door a little bit. You notice the door as you slump against it, Scrag. It actually moves as you've unlocked it, and maybe the bolt is actually what kept it closed. As you stumble into the first room. It is pitch darkness in here. A little tiny bit of light from outside, and the mirror that Nee incessantly is holding up is providing just the absolute minimal amount. You can't see anything but past a foot or two in front of you. Seems like a pretty wide open room.
One of you may want to grab that torch.
I'll grab the torch.
All right, what's your action?
I'll take charge and grab the torch. Having set off all the traps, I feel pretty comfortable with.
You have the torch.
And then I'm going to resolve to move closer. Anybody have fire? Fire?
Fire? What do you mean?
I mean, the torch is not lit. That's what I was told, I think.
Jesus Christ.
I thought you said the torch was not lit.
Yeah, it's not lit.
Yeah. Well, so I would like to use a skill. Or have I already acted this round?
No.
I would like to use a skill called Lethal Precision. And to attempt to pick up 2 rocks and hit them together and try and start this fire.
Yeah, and you're taking charge.
So that's a take charge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, shit.
As you light that torch, as you guys actually have light.
So I'm gonna role play, and you know, as the light, you know, the fire sparks forth, I'll see the gold glinting on my shoes, and Ambrosia will look down and say, "Man, I wonder if I could sell these now when we get back to town, because these are looking mighty nice right now." What do you guys think? You think I could sell these?
Yeah.
And after a second, Ambrosia will start to realize that the hole in her cloak, the moisture from that hole in her cloak is actually started to make her socks wet. So like anytime she's stepping around, like it's actually very uncomfortable.
I love that. Yeah. You're still at level 1 right now. So, and what was the action you took? Was it roleplay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you move up behind, you guys actually have a little bit of light. As you move into the first room, you see this simple wooden door. This room is rather large. 30 feet by 20 feet, roughly a square. There's a door at the far end and a door to your left, like your immediate left. Both wooden doors. They have the look of a cloister. So there's a religious sort of feeling to this place. The ground is covered in dust and soot. You see boot footprints that have passed around through here. The dust is settled though. There's some detritus in the corners that's been looted. So some tables have been overturned. Some books that have been ripped up and thrown back. However, you see glittering on the ground from the firelight, gold pieces. A few are poking out from underneath the doors. It looks like someone stabbed the gold bag and ran off as it drained everywhere.
Oh, this looks like your new armor there. Zero.
Yeah, I put a couple of pieces into my gold. I agree. Yeah, into my little coin purse.
As you grab the gold, you see that it's perfect. It's maybe not suitable for coins. Actually, it's soft, like I mean it's metal, but it's like 24 karat. As the face on it has long since rubbed off, and just this big, like ducat looking thing. You grab a few of them. There's maybe 30 on the ground. Quite a bit of cash right there.
Probably won't grab them all. I'll just grab a few and throw them in.
There's a feeling of winning the lottery. Of wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what else is in here. You can roll spiritus. I'm sorry, animus.
Yes, I fail.
As
wait, no,
you
wait.
feel
I'm
this-
gonna sit back. I'm gonna sit back. Or I can't do
Okay.
that.
Well, this is just a reaction roll
Okay.
as you pick these up.
No, I failed then.
As you feel this greed of what else could be in here. Surely there's more in this dungeon, and it would take a phenomenal amount of convincing to make you leave at this point.
Oh, okay. Good.
Like until you find kind of what you're looking for.
Good. All right.
Okay, everybody else, your actions, please.
So I will actually this time take charge, and use. So with this, when you're using a skill, do you also have to bid a trait?
Right. So if you're taking charge, you bid a trait to do something. And if you can apply your skill, you can. Your skills,
Okay,
you don't
okay.
bid the skill.
Gotcha.
You just can
gotcha,
apply it. So that goes for everybody. If you have that skill, you just get 2 successes to it. But
Okay. So I'm
don't
going
be
to,
stingy with it.
So I'm going to bid the trait learned to see if any, or actually I'm going to bid the trait witch and use the skill magical insight to see if something like strikes me as odd about this room.
Oh yeah. As you're sitting there looking around, Ambrosia, that gold's cursed for sure. You can see just it's sort of emanating with there's something about it. There is something foul about this place. It's deeper in the place, in this sepulcher, but there is an ego, a consciousness within here that is very powerful, and it's doing something. You can tell. That said, magic items, knowledge. Perhaps it's kind of like when someone's cooking in the kitchen. You're not eating the food, but you can smell it. It's still enticing. Roll mens. I'm sorry, roll animus. As you get a whiff of all that scrumptious knowledge and magical energy.
So that's
One.
one success.
With 1 success, you fail. Threshold is 2. As you two...
Is
Go
this
on.
something? Can you use skills with Okay, so then I'll use magical insight.
All right, so you got 3?
Yep.
All right, so the threshold is 2, so you beat it. As you feel this draw to go further, you know that maybe not what you're truly seeking, but there is something powerful, some things powerful here. You can gain a lot from the loot here, and it's true. Like this is not an illusion. You know that there's stuff down there you could use. All right, the rest of you.
I will donata.
Oh, do nada. Okay. as no curse happens. You find yourself walking around, looking at the detritus in here. Looks like an ancient cleric cloister. So a place where they were writing books, but all the books you find are either marred or ripped up. The pages are greedily ripped out of the binding. Oddly, as you look around, whoever came in here pilfered the place, but they didn't take the gold. All right, last action.
I'm going to do role playing and be like, so we've got 2 doors here. The gold seems to be coming from Trell to this door, but we have but we have this other door. I wonder which one we should take. I think probably we should go to the one without the gold trailing from it, since someone's already looked in the other room. What do you guys think?
I think we get everything.
No curse occurs. As you guys kind of stand there looking at the doors, which one do you go through?
I think we go through the most fancy door. Is there a fancier door?
Yeah. We'll say the door to the left where the gold's coming from is the fancy door.
I think we go left.
I think we go through the straightaway, because it looks like someone's already pilfered that room.
But left.
I agree.
You want to go straight, Ambrosia?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Well, on the way back, we'll go left.
Yeah, let's go straight.
We can always hit that room as well.
As you get to the door, you see that it's a simple door, simple wooden door. There's no lock on it, just like a cloister would not have any locks. Actions on you guys. What are you doing?
I'll role play. So it's a door. This door does not look exciting. I think the left door is the most exciting door, where all of that gold is.
Has been taken from.
Well, there's more on the floor. If you just pick, there's enough for all of us. It's so, it's just everyone. I can't even believe that they would do such things. And I'm going to resolve it by, pointing to you guys, it's right there.
There's 16.
As I
gold coins there.
As I, move back just a little bit and pick them up and
as you pick up all 16, you have 20. You're you're looking at it. Each one of those is like a week's worth of work.
Yeah, that's so much
that's
money.
half a year.
Yeah.
That's half a year.
Look at me. I'm the rich one.
All right. That's a role play. Remember, you got your XP.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody else?
Are
you going to resolve, by the way?
Yeah, I resolved it by picking them all up. I thought it. And as I do it, what danger level are we?
You know what? That works. That works. That's good because you're at cursed 1, and it's kind of not a good thing to do. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to role play and say, look, that door looks fancy, but the trap behind it, probably not that fancy. I don't think you put the same effort into that.
The traps are no big deal. I walked through the first trap. It was just a flesh wound.
Covered in gold. You're holding this. You've got the
Yeah,
the torch,
I get the
right?
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go deeper. I mean, why not?
Okay. I will do take charge. I will bid Shadowed Strider. Let me see if there's a trap here. And I'll start looking around the door and I'll be like, Zero, can you get closer to me with that torch so I can see if there's a trap?
Most people
And as
don't
you get
ask me to
closer,
get
I'm like,
closer.
that's too close. It's a little hot.
I'll get as close as I can without
I
burning you.
know you're excited, but keep the torch a little bit away from me as I
All right, roll
I'll
roll
hold it.
corpus to see if you get
I'll hold
burned.
it. I'll hold it high.
And see if like some embers fall down and such. Good description.
Ooh. Out of 2 die, I got 2 4s.
All right. Threshold is only 1 because Zero held it high and tried to get it out of your way. So you don't get burned as you sort of like duck and weave. All right, you're taking charge. What are you bidding to check this door?
Shadowed Strider.
Shadowed Strider, as you see, there's no lock. However, there is a doorknob. As you sort of inspect it, you notice there's something smeared on it, as it looks black, kind of gritty. You can recognize it as poison. In fact, it's the same poison that you ate. It's a contact poison.
Oh, be careful. There's poison on this door. It is the same that was on that fork from the rusty tankard. In the same move, can I take my cloak?
Yeah,
And
it's part of the same action.
I go to the inside of my cloak to use the outside of it that's already covered in bird poop, and twist the handle. The
You
door.
open up the door.
Yep.
So you
Don't
open the
touch
door
the
in.
handle. I cleaned some of it off, but I can't guarantee I got all of it.
As you do, who hasn't gone?
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia, what's the action?
Yeah. I am going to role play and say, wait a minute. The place was called, I knew I should have paid more attention. The place was called the Rusty Tankard. What sort of tankard is rusty? I mean, I should have known that place was no good. And actually, as she says this, like she'll feel her stomach kind of like grumble in upsetness.
Okay, roll corpus. Let's see if you spew everywhere. And go to your knees as you retch in the doorway.
I get no successes.
Yeah, as you projectile vomit all
I'll
over
hold her
Scrag.
hair back.
as Zero holds your hair back, like immediately just pulling your hair. As like a fountain. You're just taking it, Scrag.
Oh, you didn't even eat any of the poison.
Ambrosia, you shit a little bit. Oh no! In the other room, so you went through the second room. In the other room, you see a plain black room. It's a little bit larger than the previous one. In the center of it is an obsidian statue. The obsidian statue, it's of a what looks like a young woman who's scantily clad, but it's all Grecian, right? So she's not all like sexy or whatever. I mean, she's, just a statue of a young woman who's naked. But over her shoulder is this bag. It's not made of obsidian. Think of like a coat hanger. She's like a very fancy coat hanger. She's holding a sword. It's this perfectly shaped sword has sort of a glow to it. Her helm that she has on has a little bit of a glow to it. She has on like this little black backpack that has little angelic wings. She has all these trappings on her. Beyond that, the room is very bare or barren. It seems like through the firelight, to the far left, there's a door, and to the far right back, there's a door. What do y'all do?
I'm going to take charge, which I shouldn't. And I'm going to go to the statue.
What do you bid?
I'm going to bid Sardonic Battle Tested. And I see some shit that I can pick up. And I want to take that shit.
As you walk in, you trigger the pit trap. As you take a few steps in, the door, the floor falls out from under you, and you're like, ah! And you fall. All right, because you've bid, you can roll Corpus to attempt to either leap forward towards the statue or maintain your balance on this side.
Yeah, I would probably leap towards the statue.
Oh, as you go. The hard route, which is fine.
Which was not a terribly good idea because I only got one.
We're at level 2, by the way. Do you have any skills that can add to it?
Yeah, Unyielding Will. So that would be 3.
I'll give that. Yeah, it's a 3. Okay, so the threshold is 3. Or else you drop 40 feet onto spikes. As you're like, reaching out, knee or 0, you grab on, slamming your body into this pillar. That's the only thing that's actually stable in here of the statue. And you're grabbing onto the feet, to these sandals, these beautiful sandals that are there. And you're hanging.
Gonna pull myself
The rest
up
of you.
and resolve.
Yeah, as you pull yourself up and you're standing, kind of like you're gonna dance or take like a prom photo with this this statue.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I'm close to the. I smile and I look at everybody. Look what I did as the torch that I was holding like falls into.
Oh yeah.
And hits
As
the
it's
ground.
it's still lighting, but
Yeah.
it's just burning down there. Yeah, very good resolution. Rest of
I'm
you.
going to walk into the same room and use my skill. I guess that will be a take charge, and I will try to use my shadow meld to
Okay.
not set off more traps.
Yeah, as you move in, you see that you can move around the circumference of the room. There's a good 3-4 feet. You can move around and get to the other doors. Do you go to the far door ahead of you or the door over here that's a little bit closer?
I'll go to the one that's a bit closer.
Okay, you move over to that door. And curse happens. As you get to the door, you hear this against the far door as sort of some dust comes down. Someone's at that door. They have heard you.
I am gonna do nada. And what are we at now?
Right now you're at level 2. So you have 4 curse.
Oh, okay. Level 2.
You're about to go. No, you're still at level 2.
No, we
if
still
you get
have
down
a couple before Murphy's Law happens.
Yeah. If you get up to 6, you're at Murphy's Law. If you get down to 2, you're at Inconvenience.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say that for whatever reason, because Ambrosia starts going into the room a little bit, but for whatever reason, the door like sort of swings closed a little bit and actually hits her in the backside and kind of pushes her towards the spikes that Zero narrowly missed.
Roll Corpus. See if you fall in. For this will be threshold of 2. A little bit less.
Oh well, then I can't.
No,
I can't win yet.
What'd you get?
Actually, is there any way I could use magical insight for this?
Can you?
Let's say, yeah, I don't know. Let's argue. Let's I don't know. I'll argue, I guess, that that there's some kind of magical symbol on the ground that like shows her where a safe place to put her foot is.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So how many successes you got?
That'd be 2.
Okay, so you're just there as you put your staff in, almost falling. You're right next to Scrag as maybe he grabs onto your shoulder, and you see this magical symbol just at the last moment. Maybe it's your own insight from your staff. Warn you, you're about to fall into a pit of despair. You just barely get back. All right. Anyone else who needs to go?
Me.
Go.
I'm also going to do nothing. Do nada. Because
maybe you don't help her then. She's like,
no, I'm like, well, I do, but I'm like,
look that
wiping off. Like it is a puke covered hand that reaches out and grabs her as I'm trying to like get some of this vomit, and I'm like, because I am covered in vomit.
Yeah. Okay. What's the you're doing nada. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm
all right.
The repercussions that I'm maybe start to get sick.
All right. Roll Corpus. We'll see if you do.
Corpus.
We're gonna make this. It's threshold 2, because that's what it was. As you guys are just at the other end.
We're winning.
Nope, I get sick as well. Yeah, I get sick as well.
As you guys are barely hanging on, you're teetering on the edge of this edge as the door is shut behind you.
So we're puking.
Like,
we're actually puking into the pit.
Yeah.
And we're actually
You're
puking
heaving.
into the pit.
You're heaving into the pit, kind of stumbling and like trying to hold each other up. Oddly enough, maybe falling in pretty soon. As that door on the far end busts open, and you see climb into the room this gilded giant man. He's completely encased in gold armor, train of gold. He's at least 8 or 9, maybe 10 feet tall. He looks around. You see his helm is up. His skin is made of gold. He looks like Mr. Freeze, but gold. Wild, fiery eyes like Darth Maul of insanity. He's sweating wearing this armor. It looks like there's like some gangrene coming up and some patina on him as he's not taking it off in forever, foreshadowing someone else. As he's holding on, he says, "You've come here for my gold and I'll take your souls." As he comes into the room, seeing the pit, this guy's really tall. As he like looks down, you see him ease himself down into the pit and start moving through the spikes, heading directly towards the spire. Your guys' action.
What is the spire?
That's what you're standing on.
It's what I'm standing on.
Yeah. You're on the spire with the statue on top.
Okay. Well, I'll take charge. Because that's what I do. And
Yeah.
I'll bid tank and a tank to take my sword and you know, I guess because there's a sword next to me and it's glowing, I'm gonna like chuck my sword at him as hard as I can.
Okay, roll.
And what danger
Corpus.
level are we? Or what?
Oh, you're at 2
what
right
curse
now.
level? Okay.
You got 4 curse. You're at 2.
And you know, I'm feeling rather stable on this. You know, a little slippery. It's definitely, my muscles are starting to ache, but I'm also wet and pruning up on my feet a little bit.
Indeed. It's a little slick up here. As you launch this sword, you're pruny, you're wet, so the sword is not, it's already not a throwing weapon. Difficult to throw. So roll Corpus. Threshold to hit this guy with the sword and deal damage is 3.
Are we still at curse
And
level
can I
4
use-
with both?
You're at curse
Andrea
level
and
2. You're curse
Well, I
level
know,
2.
but
Yeah, because it went down to
Probably
3
4.
and then went back up to 4
And
with taking charge.
I would like to use
Okay, that's where.
my heavy weapon skill
Yeah.
to make
Do
it.
it.
You said 3? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, how many did you get?
3.
Okay, and you're using a heavy weapon, so it's a D6 plus 1.
Oh, I get to roll a die?
Yeah.
Not a D4?
Oh yeah, yeah. Damage in this is rather heinous, by the way.
That's a 6, so that's 7. I got 7.
As you roll, you throw just huck. You see Zero huck this sword at this dude as it sticks into his chest. He stopped for a second as it's like he looks down. You see blood just trailing out of him. He's like
Where is it?
looking up at you with bloodshot eyes. I'm gonna kill you, boy. You see him touch the gold. I'm sorry, you touch the wound as he's bleeding profusely, and the blood and the sword and all this turn into gold almost instantaneously, like Midas'
shit.
touch.
Oh, dang.
As it stems the wound, and he's like, ugh, and obviously in pain, but still coming forward. All right. You've resolved. Who else?
I will once again do Nada. And what I'll do is I'll say that, you know, in my shock and in the, you know, in the puking, Ambrosia actually sort of flips a little bit on her own puke and falls on her backside.
Okay, so the thing is, you're on a ledge, so that means you fall off. Roll Corpus.
Not necessarily. You can still fall back, but
Yeah, but there's like 3 feet. There's a chance you just hit your butt.
that's 1.
Okay, so I was gonna say threshold 2. I guess the question is, do you get any aid from Scrag?
I will aid. How do we do that?
To be take charge.
Uh,
So you can take charge and pretty much prevent her from falling.
I will do
Granted.
take charge, and I'm going to bid dexterous.
Yeah. As you absolutely grab her, she's about to go in, head forward, actually butt forward onto a spike, and you pull her back. Do you resolve?
Careful there. I just get, in doing so, I get her closer to me, and I get more vomit. Oh, I know it's
Okay.
no,
This is danger
Dangerous.
2.
I'll
So this is actually dangerous.
let you roll on it then,
Okay.
because I'm not for sure how to do.
rolled a 3, which means nothing. As you pull her back, and you guys actually move away from the ledge. There's maybe the question, Scrag, why does she keep on going to the ledge? All right, last person to go.
I am going to sit back and hopefully stay shadow meld.
All right, yeah, you are shadow melded. Sit back and go ahead and roll your Animus to regain. You guys are at 5, by the way. So you're still a danger, level 2.
No, I did not.
Remember, you always get a +1 success, so you at least get 1.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. Top of the round. This guy is coming for you, Zero, as he gets to the spire, and you see him touch the spire as it starts to turn to gold. Roll Corpus to not turn into gold, or you got to jump off.
I'm gonna take charge.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the sword if I can.
Ting! Yeah, you grab the sword as you see him coming. Happen at the same time.
And
you see as you grab the sword, it alights with like fire.
And I'm gonna launch myself off the thing and like try to like stab him like and use the gravity of the weight that I have and all of my very wet armor to and the armor itself to try to, because I just saw him do something that was very I don't know,
supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you try to get him, roll Corpus to stab. All right, so you're jumping down 40 feet, so you're going to take damage just by slamming into a big. Well, you're actually dropping 30 feet.
Yeah,
but you're going to take some damage. Question is, do you get to stab him?
Well, I'm going to
bid
Ruthless to aid me. Is it?
You only get 1 bid.
Oh, is that not the bid? Okay. Gotcha.
You can use a skill if you have a skill applies.
Yeah, the unyielding will, I think, applies.
Yeah, sure. So you get a +3 successes. Roll Corpus. Threshold to hit this guy. The way you're going is 3.
Well, I got 3.
So that beats it.
I'm gonna say that. What danger level are we?
Right now you're at danger 2. You're at dangers.
Right. Well, we're trapped in this room that is, this guy is going to beat us all unless we kill him, probably. So I think the way I'm going to resolve it is, it's probably a little suicidal, and I'm in a frenzy.
Okay. That's not entirely a resolution, but
as I hit the ground,
that is your action.
But as I hit the ground, maybe some of my armor kind of flies off in different directions.
Sure. Yeah, you break some of your armor. That's definitely worthwhile. All right, so your armor will lose. It'll go down to. It'll lose 1 moment.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you take, that damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you hit the ground, Drizzle, roll me a d4. That's how many moments you're going to take of damage.
3.
Okay, so you take 3 damage just from slamming into this dude.
Yeah.
Does that put you over your moments?
No, I have 1 moment left.
Okay. As you slam into him, roll your d6 + 1 for damage.
Woo. That's a 5, so 6.
Okay. 5, 6. And we'll make it 7 just because you're coming down from above. And how many did you do before?
I did take 4 damage, so So could I argue that we would add 4 damage because I took 4
No.
falling damage? Oh, okay.
No, well, I see what you're saying. Well, one is because your shit just broke and you lost that moment.
Yeah,
Just because.
I gotcha.
The 3 is because your body hits a certain way, so you're dealing an extra damage because you fall. How much did you deal on the first hit?
7.
I thought I wrote it down. I didn't. 7?
7.
Okay. So you've dealt 7 and 7.
So
Okay.
yeah.
As you stab
14.
him again, like right through the clavicle, you find this fiery sword. It doesn't go through his armor, but it finds the little joint and goes in, sizzles like a boiled lobster. He screams for a second, but it's kind of hard to tell if he enjoys it or not, as you're now hanging on him, hanging on the sword, fire raging out. Maybe you've hit your leg a little bit, and it's thrumming, and like the nerve endings are firing, and you're down in this pit with this guy. Okay, what is everyone else doing? Because his action was a little bit interrupted with Zero landing on him. What are y'all doing?
I am going to sit back because I'm out of traits.
How many traits do you get?
You get 5.
Okay.
And then you have your name, and you have your bond and your obsession.
Cool.
Yep, so
I am going
back.
to do nada.
Okay, that's
and
probably
we're-
good
and
because you
we're at
guys
what?
just jumped up to level 3.
Oh.
Now you're back down.
So
Although before you go, we have to resolve Scrag.
Yeah. So I was. We were at level 2.
Yeah. You're still at level 2 because your action makes it go to level
Right.
3.
I roll for it. Let's roll for it.
Okay. It's a 4 as no curse happens. All right. Ambrosia. You're doing nada,
yes.
keeping it at a solid level 2.
And I'll let you roll for it this time because I feel like I always end up making it worse anyway.
All right. Nothing happens as you sit there like absolutely in abject horror of what you're seeing, this gargantuan man and your one teammate who's absolutely just stabbing the shit out of him. No one else is helping. As he's just fighting like 2 gladiators down there. All right.
I will.
Knee. Hidden by the door. What do you do?
I will take charge. And using the skill. Okay, so when you sit back, do you regain a skill as well?
No, you roll, and how many ever successes you get, +1, that's what you can recover. So that includes moments and traits. Your skills, you just have your skills. You don't bid skills.
Okay.
Skills, if you can just apply them, they give you +2 successes.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to use lethal precision. I'm going to take charge.
Okay.
And I'm going to use lethal precision. And I'm going to come out of the shadow. And I'm going to take the sharp edge of that mirror. And I'm going to stick it someplace that's going to do a lot of damage.
Okay, what do you bid to do this? So lethal precision will give you a +2 because it's a skill, right?
Yeah.
What's
the trait, which is my small mirror?
Okay, that's a ninja gear.
Oh,
You need a trait.
I thought that was a trait.
Nope, that's just gear. Your traits are unlike DreadLore. Your traits, you get the 5 traits. You get your obsession, your bond, and your name.
Well, I guess I'm gonna bid my my obsession, which is addiction.
Okay, how does that apply?
sooner I take care of him, the
Just
sooner I
some
can go
coke
back
off
and
the
get
mirror
beer.
first and you jump down
Yeah.
there or what?
The sooner I take care of him, the sooner I can go back to the bar and get some beer.
Fair enough. All right, so it's 40 feet down this pit of spikes, and then you got to run across the room. So describe how this is going down.
Knee slinks down the wall. Almost like Spider-Man, but not quite. Just a different comic. It could be like Spider-Man if they wanted to sponsor the podcast.
Continue.
No, Knees sponsors the podcast. Get this
But
moment straight.
Knees has sponsored the podcast, so we're doing
Come on.
synergy here.
Let's go.
Knee slinks down the wall, facing the bad dude the whole time. So he's actually going down the wall with his back to the wall.
Right.
Yeah. And then as he gets closer, he reaches his right arm into his hooded cloak and pulls out the mirror. Only this time, he takes the non-reflective edge and he makes sure that it is he takes the reflective edge and he points it away from the guy. So he can't see it. He also knows what part of that mirror is very, very sharp.
So do you break the
As he
mirror or
swings-
something? Because these mirrors are usually not sharp unless you break them. Are
Might
you...
Anyways,
Are you carrying around a broken mirror?
chipped.
Let's
Still a
check.
functional mirror. But part of it got chipped, right? And it stuck him a couple of times. It's kind of annoying, but not right now.
Like, I would like to spend a pip to say that when I set up all the traps with my body, that bits of it fractured.
There are no pips.
I know there are no pips, but I mean, I feel like that would be a fun moment.
It would be a good pip.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say as you get up there, you see that you're holding a hand mirror. It's not gonna
So
do
wait,
much
are
damage.
you so Zero? Are you saying your action is to metagame? No.
Hey, do you break the mirror, or how do you use it as a sharp end?
I break it and then I'll use both. Yeah.
All right, you grab a piece of this mirror, climb on top of this dude, try to stab him. Roll Corvus. This 8, 9, 10 foot tall dude in a suit of armor made of gold. Sword stuck in him over here. Other sword stuck in him over here, like a porcupine. Meanwhile, Zero's like slinging around, holding on, flames coming up. The dude doesn't really see what you're up to as you climb up and try to stab him in the neck.
I got one success. Unless
All right.
Does anything actually add to the corpus roll?
Your skill, if you have a skill, then it will.
You did use lethal precision.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought you
So that
used,
should be plus.
Yeah, so in
that
that
gives you
case I have
+2.
2 successes.
So that means you have 3 successes, right? Because you rolled 1 and you got 2, or you only have 2?
No, with the lethal precision that brings me to 2.
Okay, so that is a miss. As you cut him on the neck with this mirror shard, you do jack up his neck, and you're sitting there like, getting at him, but it's not, you're like sticking him. It's dealing flesh wounds. It's not really like hurting him that bad, but you are annoying him and frustrating him.
I do have a point. I thought skills gave you an additional 2 successes, so you rolled 0 success.
Oh, wait a minute. No, then I got 3.
Okay, so roll a d4 plus 1. Thank you, kid.
That's a 5.
As you stab in, you see it's not doing much. How do you make it do something?
Huh? Well,
How do you
first,
make it do something? You
No,
give him
I'll
the
tell you
good news.
exactly
How do you do it?
I'll tell you exactly how I do something. I miss. I go for the neck and I miss, right? And then I realize, oh, he's got eyes.
Oh, Jesus. As you take one eye out, you're like, oh! As he's like, blood's spewing everywhere. He's like trying to grab at you, Zero. All right, you guys have gone. Anyone else this turn?
I'm going to do Nada again, and I'm gonna let you play.
Have you already gone this turn?
I don't know. I'm not
This
sure.
round?
If we're
I think you have.
Yeah.
I think you have.
Okay.
All right. So, Drizzle, because you saved her.
Well, I did sit back too to regain.
You set back. You did set back.
Yeah.
So you did set back. Maybe you haven't, Ambrosia, because he did set back. No,
Yeah, I
because
went
he
first.
undid.
Yeah,
he did.
I went
He
first.
undid your do nada. You were doing nada. Okay. So this guy actually does do his round, his action. He was going to the spire to turn it into gold, but he got stabbed and then one of his eyes taken out. As he reaches up and tries to grab both of you, turn you into gold.
Yes,
The
Midas.
corpus for both of you.
So many corpses.
As you're right there, it's very easy for him to touch you. Threshold is 4.
Oh, well, it looks like I'm the gold man. I haven't rolled so many ones.
And you have 4 of them.
Oh, no, I rolled 3 ones. I rolled 3 ones.
Don't you have 4 dice in your corpus though?
Yeah, I rolled 3
you said
ones and a
earlier.
3.
Oh,
Yeah, 4 is a difficult roll. Very difficult.
Yeah, I did not make that either.
All right,
I guess you can call
as-
it golden eye.
As you guys see, these two start turning into gold. All right. Andrea, roll a d6. Drizzle, roll a d6. We'll take the higher of the two.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
Okay. You both take 5 moments of damage.
Well, I have -4 moments.
All right. So you're at wounds. What about you, knee?
That puts me at 1.
So you're at 1 moment.
So I have 4 moments, and then I had a +2 from something.
Yep. You had armor. So you're
Yeah,
down.
that puts me at 1.
Okay. So, 0, you're into wounds as this Midas's touch starts causing parts of your body to just become chunks of gold. As you take that wound, a good chunk. So roll corpus against slump. The threshold is 1. If you fail this, you die.
Well,
I'm sorry. If you fail this, you go into slump. Sorry.
I got can I do I use a skill or anything?
Yeah, if you can use a skill, sure.
I do have unyielding will.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I have
Sure.
3
You're fine. As you've taken this wound and you're resisting slump, as you're like actually like a part of you is just made of gold.
Yeah.
Like
I
maybe
would
like on
say
your
my
on your
pinkies, any small elements, like all my fingernails are gold.
Just
for
gold.
sure. My eyelashes are gold. My hair cuticles are gold. My
gold.
nostril hairs are gold. My tongue, like the tip of it,
Yep.
is gold.
One
so
nut. It's all gold.
one nut.
All right.
I'm not having any
As-
children.
As you see, knee, you're starting to take damage. You can feel this magical energy. Okay, top of the round. This guy attempts to turn you guys into gold. So he's got a hold of you. He's like, like turning you into gold. Same. Everybody actions. Everybody takes place at the same time. So what are you
I
all
would
doing?
like to take charge once again,
Okay.
as I'm still alive, and I would like to. I saw the joy and of what needed with making this thing blind. So I see one eye is blind. What I would like to do is make the other eye blind and get away somehow. So I'm going to be ruthless, and that is my final trait.
So you're trying to attack him as you pull this sword out,
I'm trying to jump away and damage his eye kind of at the same time, because I
Okay, you can only
realized
do
that,
one. You can try to get away, but he's kind of got a hold of you.
Oh, well then.
So if you're gonna pull out your sword and stab him, then
no,
there's that.
I'm gonna try and get away from him because I feel like.
Okay, so you wriggle around.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Roll Corpus. Threshold is 3.
Okay.
You guys are at level 3, by the way.
Oh.
Which I did not succeed. Because D4s, I always roll terribly.
All right. Resolution.
And
Doesn't happen.
Okay.
Or I rolled it. It doesn't happen. All right. The rest of you.
I'm gonna do Nada again,
Okay. That
and I'm
reduces it
gonna let
down
you roll
1.
for it.
Yep. So that reduces your level down to 2, which is good. And a curse happens.
Damn it!
As you see come out of the room, the busted door, one of his minions, who looks like a smaller version of himself, was a normal sized person in gilded armor. As he looks around, he has a bow and arrow as he's like, and tries to shoot Scrag.
Fail.
Big Corpus. Threshold is 2.
I did. Okay, wait a second. Can I activate a skill on a reaction roll?
Oh yeah. Yeah, anytime
Okay.
you can make a skill happen, roll.
So I do Shadow Meld, which, because I rolled absolutely nothing on the dice, but with Shadow Meld, that'll take me to 2 successes.
Correct. As you move out of the way, ping, ping, and you see the arrow break off the wall, you resolve. Oh wait, you didn't act. Sorry, you're good. Okay. Yeah, actions.
Okay, so we didn't, when we were doing stuff earlier, we didn't talk about weapons and stuff as gear.
Right.
Do we just, I have a short sword?
Sure. If you want a short sword. Is that
Well,
what
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, what is the distance from here to the spire?
I actually do know that. It's not too far because Zero was able to jump it. Hold on. Where's this? Okay, so you're in room 2. It is about 15 feet away.
Oh, 15 feet.
The room's around 30 feet in diameter.
So if I do take I want to make my way to the minion. Do I need
So
to
that'd be taking charge.
take charge? Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do take charge and bid my bond with Ambrosia.
Nice. Okay, so your bond with Ambrosia, we don't really have a mechanic for the bond. It's more of it's more of a role play thing. We'll say that what that does though is it'll give you an extra die to your roll.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty cool. So whatever die you have for whatever you roll gives you an extra die. So that's exhausted. As you get up to this person, what do you do?
Oh, okay. Because I was going up to attack.
Yeah, attack.
But okay. So Corpus.
Yep.
2d4, and then what die would I use for the bond?
The same one as your Corpus.
A d4. Okay.
Yep. Threshold to hit this guy is 2.
Did not get anything. And Shadow Meld doesn't. Well, I'd use Shadow Meld on the reaction, so I can't reuse it now.
Sure you can. It's a skill.
Okay, then that's 2.
Yeah, skills are not traits. You just, if you can add a skill to it.
I didn't know if the reaction, because it's the same round, if it counted.
So sword, D4 plus 1.
That's 3.
All right, hitting 3. As you run up with your short sword, get into melee with this guy. He's got a bow, so he kind of tries to block with the bow a little bit, like Legolas. As you just stab him, as you like get up in his armpit and blood's pouring out. He's definitely not as powerful as his master. Okay, Ambrosia.
Oh no, I already went.
Oh, you went.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other actions? Yep.
Technically, it's Knee's turn.
Knee.
He's the only one who hasn't gone this round.
I'm gonna have to skedaddle for tonight.
I know. Give us 5 minutes and we'll wrap up. I'm looking at it.
Knee will take charge again, and if that other eye is still functioning, he's going to go for it.
All right. Threshold 3. Make your bid and rock and roll. The curse, by the way, Scrag, as you get up to him and start attacking, you see behind him, there's 10 more. As you guys are at...
We're in trouble.
You're at perilous right now.
Yeah.
Baddie reinforcements arrive. They're extremely prepped. But they can't all get in here because it's just one door.
Yeah.
But you see, the dungeon is alerted. They're coming after you. All right, what'd you get?
I'm just going to say I'm going to bid my bond with Skag.
Okay, so you get that extra die.
Strider.
So roll. Roll.
1, 2.
If you get out of skill, do so.
Using lethal precision again.
All right, what'd you get?
And so that gives me 4 successes.
All right, you definitely hit. Roll damage, be D4 plus 1.
That's a 3.
Ooh, so close. So close. As you stab him in the eye, he's almost completely blinded. You almost hit his brain. He's like, oh, blood's going everywhere. This dude is like teetering, but he's so dangerous.
Does he get extra damage for going over the threshold?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Not in this one. All right.
Just checking.
Top of the round. Baddies. A couple of them are coming in, shooting at you guys. This guy is attempting to grab onto the 2 people that are on him and turn you into gold again. So that's what's going on. What are you guys' actions?
I'll take charge this time.
Okay.
Because I mean, at this point, there's no point in trying to lower it because we're just fucked. So I am actually going to bid Spellcraft and then use the skill Ritualistic Summoning to try and summon a spirit to aid us.
I love it. What kind of spirit do you bring?
So because we're in, the danger zone, let's say it's I don't know, it's like a demonic spirit.
Yeah.
That's as likely to aid us as it is to harm us.
I love it. As this demon erupts from the ground, tongue licking and shit, as it flies up to you, Ambrosia, sulfur in its wings, and it says, "Bitch, you owe me money."
And Ambrosia takes off her boots and hands it to her. Here you go.
All right, that'll do. Says he takes the boots. All right, what about the rest of you? You're still at threshold 4 or level 4.
I'm gonna bid roleplay,
Okay.
and as I see this demon rise that says, "Bitch, you owe me money," I'm gonna bid my bond with Ambrosia to take the coin purse that I have full of the coins and throw it at the demon, even though it goes against my better judgment. But because I have a bond that is so great,
I love it. As the demon's like, I like you. Absolutely. Getting that XP. So we'll roll to resolve.
and I will resolve to. I'm guessing the demon that, like, my resolution is I kind of go light because I'm expecting that to be turned to gold in the next moment. No.
All right. Well, that is not the perilous.
Then how's that? We are what danger level are we?
You're at 4.
At 4. So
I mean, if 0 goes limp, then that will resolve. If that's what you're doing, then yeah.
No, I'm just gonna go limp because I don't think I can harm this demon. I don't think I can kill him. I feel like he is.
So 0 gives up. That's the curse here. Okay. Yeah. As you see 0 turning into gold slowly, or rather quickly, as he's starting to give up.
Yeah.
All right. Knee. Did you already go? No, because it's a new round. Go.
The role play is, I've loved you, Ambrosia. I've loved you from the start. You have been such a wonderful and fancy, eclectic elfling that has been I always from the very beginning. Prithee, 'tis what wonder of thine eyes, a gold which I could never surmise with words.
All right, action. Knee, go. Action.
I'm gonna try and escape this dude's grasp.
Okay, so you're taking charge?
Yeah.
All right. What do you bid? And roll a corpus. You need 3. As this dude goes, he turns like turns 0 into gold. 0, you are in slump automatically. So you can do a last oorah, and you can just sort of like sit there and eventually turn into gold all the way.
My last hurrah is
on the next round.
Okay.
On the next round. As he attempts to turn you into gold too.
I'm gonna bid my character name. Neat.
Okay. Neat. All right. Roll your corpus.
And I'm gonna attempt to use Shadow Meld to slip through.
Sounds good. Scrag. All right, you're getting attacked by 3 dudes. What are you doing?
I will also.
Ambrosia and arrows coming your way too, so roll corpus.
I'm going to bid my name and activate Shadow Meld and try to slink away, like escape from everyone across
Do
back
it.
to the door.
Thresholds 2.
Thresholds 2.
Same for you, Ambrosia.
I got.
I bid well, I use the skill ritualistic summoning to and ask the demon to like protect me.
Yeah, the demon takes it in the back. Oh, as he like turns around.
I got 3
That's
successes.
you.
As you slink away, these arrows flying over you. You jump down into the pit. You're ducking and weaving. You run past the big dude, and you see, you see 0 turning. He's like, going in a slump. Meanwhile, Knee, what'd you get, Knee?
3 successes.
As he just barely gets out of the bad guy. His name's Malor. Malor's touch as he slips out. All right. Bottom of the round. Malor has attempted to go. One last action from all of you. What do you do?
In my last action, I will take the sword the magic sword that I found.
You taking charge?
Yeah, I'm gonna take charge,
Okay.
and I'm gonna twist it into Malor.
Roll damage.
What is the?
So this is a d6 plus 1. As you twist it, you raise up, he grabs onto your body. You feel your body just turn to gold. You're a big gold brick. It's like your hands, your eyeballs, and your dick. That's the only thing that's flesh. As you twist.
And I'm
pushing
holding
down.
on tight to the sword. So now I'm a big gold fucking weight holding onto a big fucking sword that is
Don't roll awful.
I got 3.
Do it. 3.
So that's 4 actually. Yeah.
As 4, as you stab it down like the Roman clean death into this dude's heart and into his second heart, as you all see your fellow Zero expired, dead. But in this death throw, this last hurrah, Malor like flips around, attempts to grab you guys, and lands on the spikes. Blood and turning into gold all over the place. That's them. Rest of you actions.
I am taking charge, and I am trying to GTFO by using Shadowed Strider.
You are at 9th layer of Hades, by the way. Even the implausible bad happens. Your NPCs are foes, although you don't have any. They've got that one Batman gadget. As you're trying to get out. Cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to say this is... it's up to you how you're going to escape. So that's what you roll. The threshold for this... We're going to say it's 4. It's difficult. Very difficult to get out of this situation. Okay. Nee and Ambrosia.
I am going to role play, and I'm going to look down and maybe a part of my leg is now a gold.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm going to rip that out and put it in my cloak so I can actually, drink some beer off of it later.
Uh-huh. You do.
And
you start bleeding.
Leave.
Yeah, as you start limping away, you take 3 arrows in the back, going down one, hoping for a drink, and you go into slump immediately. Ambrosia.
I don't, I don't know.
You got that demon there. You see running past you, the door open, hitting Scrag's ass on his way out. He's fucking piecing out, dude.
I'll take charge and
awesome.
Yeah, sort of hold my arms out and ask the demon to to carry me outside because it can fly.
I'll do more than that. As he grabs onto you and takes you to hell. All right, how many threshold? How many successes you get?
Or 2 technically. It's not 4.
All right, as you're running out, Scrag, you see Ambrosia get taken away in a fucking chariot of fire. You see the sacrificed, heroic last moment of Zero, defiantly plunging his magic sword, still flaming, into the boss, killing him. You see Nee taking a knee, slumping over as he's just barely pulling out his little flask to take a drink before a bad guy comes over, chops his head off. Done. Meanwhile, you take 2 or 3 arrows running out. Do you get to the end? The camera's doing this whole number. Oof. Okay, so you got 2. That means we're going to give you 5 moment damage. So how many have you taken any wounds?
No, I actually only have 1 moment left.
In that case, in that moment, as towards the exit, The eyes close. Breath. As you burst out from the brambles out of the cave, and they don't follow you into the light as you're running with several arrows in your back. The sole survivor, as far as you know, of this adventure. Of the Howling Hollow. That's it.
Do me. Better, we've all learned it's better not to try.
Actually, ironically, had you just attacked him, you'd kill him.
Oh yeah, no, for the last, yeah. No, you're probably right. But there were.
No, I loved it. The sacrifice was great.
Yeah. There were,
all right. Thank you guys for hanging out a little bit later tonight. Thank you, Andrea, for doing so. I know you need to bounce. This is version 1 of this game. It's definitely OSR. It's definitely old school dungeon crawly, very deadly, and resolute. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, at least.
Yeah, fun.
Epic Doom.
So
one
any
of the
last
things
thoughts before we bounce?
Yeah, one of the things I noticed about this game is that it is the character development is not. There's not a big backstory. It's just being in the moment, and it's being kind of aware of your surroundings. So the fun is to be in the moment.
Yeah, it's an old school vibe, especially the way that we built characters, which is essentially you're playing archetypes. But I liked your guys' characters. I liked what you were developing. Had it not been a one shot, had you had a little bit more time to really dig in with your traits and whatnot, I thought you guys negotiated the cursed level very expertly, and it occurred about how I was thinking. Like the moment that you encountered the fight, that's when it actually gets really hard. Now, to your all's credit, Malor is the bad guy. He is the boss. And the reason I had him burst in is because, well, we were running out of time. But it made sense in the fiction because you were loud, lots of things had gone wrong. He's covetous of his gold. So there is that element. I think on a longer campaign, you could have, and with a little bit more practice of the system, you would have been a little bit more sneaky and have gotten a little bit further. But I mean, you killed the bad guy, and technically 2 of you got away. I mean, it's pretty good. This I expected everyone to die. That's actually what my expectation was. I thought you'd get to the bad guy, the danger level would just be like. When you get to danger level 6, I roll a d4 plus 1, and that's how many wounds. That's how many players just take wounds. Like past your moments, you just start taking wounds. So, I expected you to go down, but you guys were very creative in how you dealt with it. Which one do you like best? Do you like DreadLore more, or do you like Cursed more?
I like the less dice rolling adjective based game where we role play and take our time and there's no straight line, and we're like in a maze that the consequences aren't immediate.
What about you, Andrea?
I personally, I feel like for one shots this is probably better in the sense that because it's so crazy, like dangerous, like you can die so quickly. Like I feel like this is definitely more appropriate for one shots.
You could definitely die.
Yeah, but for longer games, I think I personally definitely like DreadLore better.
Yeah, great one shot.
Holker, Drizzle.
I like this system. I think you should have pretty much pre-made characters ready to go in the spirit of this of this system as if you're doing one shots.
You're more playing archetypes.
Yeah. You start with a magic card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Drizzle.
I think this is interesting. I think it needs tweaked a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But it's a cool concept. I think it depends on the form, which one I would prefer. Like long form, DreadLore definitely would work better. This does work better for a short form. But that's quick thoughts.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I like this game because anyone can play tonight. You've got a group of friends together. None of them play role-playing games, and you can just walk in and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing tonight," and be able to kind of get into something immediately. You don't have to know rules. You don't have to know really anything.
Yeah, you can just go into it.
Just go right into it.
Skedaddle.
Andrea, it's cool. Thank you.
Night, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. Well, that's kind of the idea. It's supposed to be this OSR one-shot adventure or 2 or 3 shot. Can you make it? And the thing is, it's got that old school feel of like an AD&D. If you made it past first, second, third level, that in and of itself was a triumph. Like if your character lived, because you could literally have like 1 to 4 hit points in
you get hit
AD&D.
by a door and you're dead.
And you die. So in this, when you guys, in a little bit longer of a game, when you start advancing, you're not rolling D4s all the time. You've got some D6s, some D8s. Your dice pools are like 3 and 4 if you're pretty powerful. And you would have had a lot easier time in this specific adventure. So I see it like, baseline, you get 5 points and 5 traits. I think 5 traits is fine. And then maybe being like, okay, well, give them 10 points. And it's a little bit more of like, they've got grit to them. They're not on the back foot so much.
Yeah, one of the things I would have done, instead of putting all the traits in one area, I would have increased the die, and then, because I rolled D4s terribly, so if I could have gotten to a D6, 3D6 instead of, and 3D6 instead of 4D4s,
go on.
I was just gonna say, I think like in a one shot, maybe you increase everybody to D6 to start out because it's a one shot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, if you give them 10 points, that means you could you spend 6 and you have 2 in everything. Dice pool 2.
Well, yeah.
And then you have 3 more. Everybody's at a D6.
Right.
So that's 6 points. It's 9 points, and you have 1 extra. So everyone's at D6s. You have at least 2, and in one set you have 3. It's not bad.
But yeah, no, that's
a pretty good.
I was thinking when you said, that's my fault. When you said giving them 10 traits to start out, I wasn't thinking of it, applying it that way. That's my fault.
Yeah, 10 points and 5 traits, I think is a little bit more of like you're seasoned adventurers, and you're not just so much on the back foot. But as a game where it's like, hey, look, this is going to be hard. You need to really use your brain. Like, the idea is you actually don't want to fight anything, right? Mm-hmm. Until you actually have more knowledge. That's an OSR feel. Mm-hmm. But I loved this game. I loved the way that you guys approached it. You really delved into your own characters. I'll say this about it. While it was brutal, you all played this game. At no point did I look around and I was like, someone's not in it. Someone doesn't know what's going on. Someone doesn't know what to do. Like, every round, all of you were like, I do this, and it affects the fiction, and it affects the mechanics. And even if you were a little bit warbly on the mechanics, like when Holker was mentioning, he was like, oh, I sit back, I regain resources. Oh, I do this, I do nada. That in and of itself, I mean, we need to play test it more and try it out, but that's encouraging. Like a game where everyone's involved. Everyone's involved. Okay.
I like one of my the things that I most enjoyed about this is the way we all got to play. it really hammered down the you go, beginning, middle, and end for each character. And the reason I love it is because if you think of, and I hate to do this, but if you think of a Marvel movie, every scene has a beginning and middle and end. And I think that every turn, one of my favorite things about this process, has a beginning, middle, and end. So you assess,
and you know it,
you perform,
you know it.
and then you conclude. And I feel like as a player, that is a really wonderful thing to have access to, is the ability to assess, perform, and conclude.
All right. Thank you guys very much. I've got to use bathroom. Ken, are you cool leading us out?
I mean, I'll do my best, as if I've never done this before. This has been a one-shot brought to you by Cursed, which is a role-playing game by Bill Bunkum of Dark Eyes Design Publishing. It is a very rough start to something that I think would be a really fun game for a group of friends who they don't want to dedicate weeks or months or even years to performing and playing together, where it's just one night and a myriad of so many nights. Anyway, the cast tonight has been Bill Bunkum, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, Daniel Hulker, Drizzle, and myself, Ken Howl. Thanks, all lowercase letters, Mr. Interrupt, for the music. None of this is possible without our Patreon members, Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, Nostalgic, and Natalia Cline, as well as thanks for production by Couchfire Media and Trois Replay Productions. Until next week.
Night, everyone.
Good night.